by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete.
Many of you guys have been asking me how to cut a brisket, and today I'm going to help you out a little bit on that. Now, I want to tell you something. I cut my brisket kind of different to everybody, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I found this way to be the way that I really like and the way that I can save the most amount of juices and the most good things about brisket. It might be different to other people out there, to other recommendations, to maybe something that you do, but this is the way I do it, and I think it's worth for me to share with you. So let's talk about the brisket for a second. The first thing you need to know about brisket is that brisket is a constitution of different muscles, and all those muscles run the grains in different directions. So let me show you something. If we put our knife here, from here to the right is what we call the flat, and the grain in the flat will run this way, and from here to the left is what we call the point, and the muscles on the point, or the grain in the points, run this way. You will always like to cut against the grain because you want to serve the most tender possible thing you have. And when you cut against the grain, that's exactly what you're trying to accomplish. For example, I have my chef knife here. This is something that I really like. It's really sharp. I keep it really sharp and I love it. But the main problem with this one is that the blade is only 8 inches. In the other hand, we have this knife, which is 12 inches long, and this will allow me to cut the brisket with long strokes, making me cut everything way better than if I just do it with a short knife like this one. You can also use bread knives for these kind of things. The problem with that is that the bread knife, once it goes dull, it's really difficult to sharpen it up again. These ones here, you can keep it sharp all the time. It's just a regular long knife. That's the only difference with it. Now, let's cut this baby up, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. The first thing I like to do with the way I cut my briskets is to cut it right in the middle. I'm going to explain to you why. So the first cut is going to be right here, right in the middle. All right, now let's open this up and let's see how beautiful it is. First, let's work with the flat. Let me put this one to the side, and let's work with the flat. And what I do is I like to cut from here all the way down. This is why I do it. First, I do it this way because I feel like the brisket hold more the juices, and I don't have a lot of juices on the table. You'll see when I'm finished cutting, it's not gonna be a lot more juices than what we have right now. And second is because I'm keeping a whole section here for support when I'm cutting the brisket away. So let's get into that. Oh, also the steaks should be about 1/4 inch thick, all right? And then at the end, you will have this part here. This is the best part of the flat. And this is what we use for burn ends and things like that. So let's cut this one up. Let me just put this to the side a little bit. And this one I just cut it in little chunks, just like that. This, guys, is the favorite thing in my house to eat. Oh man, these little flat cubes, this is awesome. Oh my God. Melt in your mouth. Oh my God. This is the most delicious part of the flat, guys, for sure. Now let's cut the point. Now with the point, it's a different story. Remember, the grains in the point, they run in a different way. Me, myself, I don't cut it in half. I do cut it against the grain, but I don't cut it in half, and I show you why. Here we have this little section here, which is exactly the same thing as the burn ends from the flat. And this is something that my family love and enjoy. Exactly the same thing happened in this side. Let me just flip it around, it's easier for you to see. This is a muscle right here, and this is a different muscle. So it's a constitution of muscles here. And now I'm gonna show you how I do it. This part, I just cut it thick like that. Again, because this is what you cut in cubes, and you serve it to your family, to your friends, and to whomever you want to worship you as the king of the brisket from now on. These guys, this is delicious. This is the best part of the brisket. All right, I'm not gonna just try it. I'm gonna put it on the side. Now, the other part of the point is gonna be cut exactly as we did with this one, all the way through. Because I want this section here for my burn ends again. Again, this is not a burn end itself, but it's what we call it here because it's so delicious. It's like beef candy. So let's cut this one up. This point, you can cut it a little bit thicker because there is so much moist in there. There is no problem at all. But I want to cut it, but I'm gonna cut it at about 1/4 inch too. And as you can see, I still have support on these bigger pieces of brisket, so it's easier for me to hold everything without them falling apart. And now we have this section again. Let me just move this to the side. We have this section here again. We're gonna cut this one into those amazing, beautiful, delicious, tender, amazing ends. This thing, it falls apart. This is delicious, guys. So let me just make a little round here with these burn ends. And that's the way I cut my brisket. It might be different to the way you make it. It might be different to everybody else out there, but this is my way. I love it. And always, I'm trying to save those little cubes because that's the most delicious part of the brisket itself. So let me ask you something. If I made you hungry, can you please hit me with a like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends and family, and don't forget to share these videos on your social network because that helps us a lot. That's all for today. This amazing brisket is ready and it's time for me to try it up, but that's gonna be in the next video. Right now, all I have to tell you is I love you and I'll see you in the next one.